and that I do things like that. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So as always, if you have any questions, wherever you're watching this in the future, if you have any questions, just comment in the comment section. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to you on those and answer those questions for you. I'm hoping that we get some people hopping in live here with me and can ask me some questions. I would love that. And I'm hoping that I see those questions in my Facebook here. But sometimes I don't. I just open it up and hopefully I'll be able to see that. Cool. So today, this one's for my coaches out there, the homies out there coaching people. We got Lydia in here. Lydia, if you can, just shoot me some kind of comment or anything in the comment section. Hopefully I can see comments. So today we're chatting about how you can stand out in the fitness industry that feels crowded, especially. Jamie, what up, man? Thank you so much. All right, I can see comments. This is a good sign. How to stand out in the crowded fitness space with mobility coaching. This can be a challenging concept for a lot of coaches to grasp. So it's a topic that I'm quite excited to chat about because this is exactly what we've done with Primal Mobility. And I know that there's so much more out there for a lot of coaches that want to stand out. And if I understand the industry quite well, which I think I do, that is something that a lot of coaches want for themselves. It's something that a lot of coaches feed off of the idea of, is that they want to stand out. They don't want to just be an average coach. They want to be an amazing coach, right? I think we all want that, but it comes to a point where we need to make a decision. And the decision that we need to make is that we need to be able and willing to put the efforts in to be extraordinary, right? We have to be above the ordinary in order to truly stand out. So that's a decision that needs to be personally made from the coach themselves. Are you willing to put in the effort to truly become an extraordinary coach and to stand out in the industry? Only those that deserve it will ultimately stand out in the industry. Okay. And now there's three things that I'm going to be chatting about. I have my notes here. I've got 3 points that I'm going to be talking about to help you guys truly step up. But until you make that decision that you want to step up and be that coach, be that extraordinary coach, it's going to be quite challenging. And all of these things are just they're not going to be nearly as powerful. Okay. So it starts in the mind, of course. You need to truly be willing to go all in and make this a career that you are genuinely proud of and be the world-class coach that I know you can be and that you also know you can be. So if we look at how to stand out as anything, regardless of what it is that you're trying to do, if you're looking at what you can do to stand out, you need to be unique in some way. Otherwise, you are just the same and in that pack, right? You don't stand out in any way. So how do we stand out? We need something unique. And now mobility coaching is inherently unique. Not many coaches truly understand what it takes to improve somebody's mobility for the long period, right? Truly reduce somebody's pain from the source, from the root cause. This is something that helps individuals stand out. Now, how do we leverage that though? Once you truly begin to understand mobility and understand the nuances to it all, how do we leverage that? And that's what the 3 points that I'm going to be talking about today are on. How do we truly leverage those efforts, right? So let's break them down. So the first one is called a USP, a unique selling proposition. So I like to see this chat today as somewhat of a little bit of a masterclass, so to speak, because it's almost like marketing, but at the same time, truly honing your craft and mastering your craft as a coach as well. These all play into this bubble of becoming the best coach you can be, because not only can you be well educated as a coach, that is absolutely 1000% vital to your success, to truly understand the human body and how to apply the concepts of mobility to somebody, how to assess it, how to program, etc. But you cannot be successful and be the best coach if you also cannot gain clients. So we need to understand that there's levels to it. So one, unique selling proposition. What is different about you? What helps you stand out as being unique, right? Again, that's something that needs to be understood from a coach's perspective, is that In order to be unique, you need to stand out, or in order to stand out, you need to be unique in some way. How do we leverage that? What is it about you that is unique, aside from the fact that you understand and coach mobility, right? That's something that we need to find out. So what is the niche? Like what, or niche. I say niche. I've heard a lot of people say niche. I don't want to be a little weirdo saying it the wrong way, so I'm going to say both. What is the niche? Like, what demographic are you trying to work with? How deep are you trying to go in a specific pain point? What problem do you solve? Get very clear on that. That is going to be huge for you to truly understand how you can stand out. What is the process that you take your clients through? What's different about what you do and how you do it versus how all the other people do it? Regardless of what it is, whether it's very similar, but there's minor little nuances to it, those nuances can stand out. And you want to make sure that, oh, Jamie, perfect. Okay. At least somebody else is with me. We go with niche. That's how it's pronounced. So anyways, back to what I was saying, and please continue to feel free to drop in the comment section. I love this. What is different about the process that you are taking people through, and how does that stand out in some way? So it's going to take some time. Like, it's not inherently like, oh, this is 100%, I know how I stand out. It'll take a moment for you to sit back and really truly analyze the process and maybe have a difficult conversation with yourself, maybe thinking, my niche that I'm following is just not very deep. It's not powerful. It's not speaking to a particular audience that I give a shit about and that I'm genuinely passionate about. Whatever the case is, you'll need to take a step back and really hash out the process here. And again, so niche, process, what are you doing differently? And your experience, the experience that you bring to your clients. Overall, what can they expect, and what will they feel as they go through your process as a coach? So not just necessarily what are the results are they going to get? Cool. What are they going to feel going through the work with you? This is very, very important for you to understand and leverage that. Speak about it in your marketing, speak about it frequently, and use it, lean into it. Super important to help you separate yourself from the majority of other coaches out there that are just doing the bare minimum. Okay, so those are 3 things inside the USP bubble. So unique selling propositions. Sorry, I get distracted very easily. So when shit's popping up on my, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. So lean into that, the 3 main things. So the experience, what is the experience that you're trying to provide for your clients? What is the niche that you are diving into? What specific problem for a specific demographic are you following, right? So for a very, very simple example, because my brain just doesn't want to go there right now. For example, I help busy dads be the best role model for their children and lose the extra 10 pounds of belly fat so they can be the man that their wife desires again and the man that they're proud to be. Something like that. That's a powerful selling point. Obviously, you'd want to refine that message, but that stands out. That's a little bit different, right? I'm not just a guy that's helping people lose 10 pounds. I'm a guy that's specifically helping dads lose 10 pounds to not only just be healthier, of course, that's important, but to actually be a role model, be the man that they are proud to be, and be somebody that their wife is excited to be around again, whatever the case is, right? So that's powerful. That speaks to people. That will help you stand out a little bit. And the more you lean in and talk about that particular problem and show that you are the person to solve that problem, the easier it becomes to truly start standing out in the industry. So again, niche, experience, and what was the last one? The process. What process are you doing, right? So process and experience are different. The experience that your clients feel going through it, and what are they experiencing versus how are you taking them from A to B? USP, that's number 1. Number 2, what do we got here? Messaging. Of course, your marketing. That's important. That is vastly important. So we now have a better understanding of what your USPs are, and now you can leverage that and lean into it even further and start to talk to your audience that way. Again, you need to understand the audience that you are speaking to, the market that you are trying to work with, You need to understand that, and you need to be able to speak to that particular person very clearly. There's a saying in the marketing space that if you try to speak to everyone, you end up speaking to no one. Okay? Nobody will grasp your message, and nobody wins that way. So that's why it's so important to truly understand who you are trying to speak to with your marketing, so that you can have the opportunity to help more people. If you don't get sales, you don't end up helping people. It's kind of the catch-22. A lot of coaches go into coaching not wanting to, oh, 1 second, my phone's about to block me out here. A lot of coaches go into coaching because they simply just love the process of coaching. They just love to help people, and whatever the case is, but not necessarily feel comfortable in the sales process. Both are very, very important. If you truly want to help the majority or the most amount of people that you can, you're going to have to be able to market your service. So, messaging, speak directly to your ideal client. What do I want to say in there? A really good topic on that is that if you have your messaging down right, you will start to attract the right kind of people, the people who you truly want to work with and who light your soul on fire, and you will you'll push away the people that just genuinely should not be in your coaching program, which is perfectly okay. And going back to the USPs, point number 1 that we were making, when I was saying niche down, finding a fine niche, I just got kicked out of Facebook. Finding a fine niche, skip 1 minute, can be a little bit scary at first. A lot of coaches will feel like they're pigeonholing themselves, like they're refining their opportunity to gain clients. But again, if you're trying to speak to everybody and open your net, you're going to struggle to actually bring in the right kind of people for your coaching. All right, so USP is point number 1. Messaging is point number 2. And the third, of course, extremely valuable, is to continue to find ways to separate yourself in terms of your knowledge and your expertise. So how do you do that? You have to continue to invest in your education, whether that's a certification or your time, whether you invest your money. You invest money to pay people to educate you, or you invest your time going through YouTube, reading textbooks, reading books, reading articles, reading whatever. They're both completely fine. Both are going to help you progress your knowledge and help you understand how you should be changing or elevating your understanding of the specific subject matter that you're trying to master. But there's going to be one path that'll be more helpful depending on where you are in your journey. If you have more time, then use that time to lean in and educate yourself. YouTube, again, articles, whatever, books, textbooks. If you have the money but not much time, hire somebody to help educate you. This is how you're going to elevate yourself as a coach and then ultimately start standing out in the industry, because now you're going down a direction that you are going to be learning a particular subject matter that is not the norm, right? And that's what mobility is. Mobility is inherently unique. Right now, the mobility coaching industry is in its infancy. It is very, very young. There's not many coaches out there that truly understand how to improve mobility with a strength-based approach that is going to create long-lasting results, that is going to create a new foundation for the individual going through their programs. And because of that, if you understand this at a very high level, the advanced fundamentals of all this, you are going to stand out regardless. And leveraging that is going to be huge for you and your business. Okay. Another thing is, as you are leaning in to learn more, you need to apply your education, apply it to yourself, apply it to your friends. Once you start to take that information and put it into practice in various different contexts and situations, you're going to learn so much more than just what the particular content is teaching you. You're going to start to see more nuances to the particular information and how it applies differently now, right? So it's a brand new learning experience that you've elevated for yourself. Start applying the information. If you go and watch a YouTube video, take it to your clients right away and try to apply it and see what sticks, see what doesn't work, and then try to go off of that and use it as an opportunity to branch out and start to learn more. If you're going through a certification, take the information. You learn a particular lesson, take those lessons, bring it to your clients and do the exact same thing. Start to apply it, start to learn a little bit more. In PMC, our certification course, we are there as mentors to our students so that when they go and start applying this to their clients and they see that, oh, there's a couple things here that didn't line up very well. So I'm still a little confused. Come into the community, ask your questions about what you're seeing, and we'll be there to explain why this is happening and how you can further your education as the opportunity. So when you're going into the opportunity to invest in more education, I highly suggest that you find a mentorship group within it, which is why, of course, I'm biased. This is why we do what we do in PMC, is because we want our people to truly understand what they are applying. So if you're just going through a course that doesn't give you additional information, that answers questions that are very clearly nuanced and different in different situations, it's going to be challenging to learn at that quick of a pace. Okay, lots of questions will be coming up. Natural, it's part of the process as you apply information. That shit gets in the way. There's roadblocks, obstacles that you need to navigate. And if you don't have support to go through that, it'll just take you a little bit longer to learn that education and learn those lessons for yourself and apply them into your business, and then ultimately stand out in the industry as a result. So these are the three main points, guys. USP, your messaging to your clients. So USP, unique selling propositions, your messaging, how you are marketing your information or your coaching practices to the world, and how you are essentially speaking to your ideal clients and how you are helping them solve their problems. And then the third one is to become an expert, continue to dive in. And this is why earlier on I said, you need to make a decision that you want to be above the ordinary. You don't want to be average. You want to be an amazing coach, a world-class coach. That's when you need to make that decision. And number three kind of leans in directly with that one. Become an expert. Invest in your education. Now, as always, guys, we do have the PMC is open. We are accepting students. We are closing down enrollment on June 30th. So next Friday. So if you are curious about the certification that we offer, comment certification in the comment section below. And what we'll do is we will send you over the link to our information page so that you can see what our certification is all about, if it's something that you're interested in, and if you see value in helping us help you stand out in the industry with mobility coaching. So if you have any further questions, go ahead, comment in the comment section. I'm more than happy to chat with you about that. Otherwise, I hope that this was helpful. And again, comment certification down below and we'll be there to help you out. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. And hopefully the weather's nice for you guys. It's going to be gorgeous out here. And I know that my kids are going to want to spend probably 99% of that time at the park. So I'm probably going to get a nice old-fashioned sunburn. See you next week, all red and toasty. Cheers.